Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel and thank you so much for watching. We are back at it today with another makeup tutorial, and this one is of course voiceover style. I am so obsessed with how this look turned out in the end. It is so stunning. I love a good smoky eye. I don't often wear makeup this dark, but when I do, I'm definitely feeling myself. This is perfect for a night out, whether you're going on a date, a night out with your girlfriends, a night out on the town, whatever it could be. You can of course wear this look throughout the day, but I just love a good smoky eye for a nighttime as well. So if you have somewhere special to go and you recreate this look, please let me know down below. Of course, whenever you're working with dark colors, you want to of course prime your eyelids. So I went in with the Huda Beauty Matte and Metal Melted Eyeshadow to prime. Then of course the star of the show is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette, and I'm dipping in with my favorite shade in the palette. As you can tell, there's like next to nothing left of this. If Anastasia is watching this, please, I need Golden Ochre in a single. It is my favorite crease shade of all time. So this is my transition color. A transition will always be 1 to 2 shades darker than your own skin tone, and I am just building that up with a large fluffy brush. Now, if you're new to makeup and you're not sure how to locate your crease, you can actually feel it with your fingers. You will feel where your bone ends. That is where your crease is, the bone that you kind of feel in between your eye there. So that's where you want to pack down that color. And then to further darken things up, I'm going in with the shade Burnt Orange just on that same brush, just to really start to build and get ready for the darker tones. It's always good to start layering and layering with your lighter tones before you go straight in with your darker shades. And like I said, I'm just using the same fluffy brush for this, just really building that up. Now I'm switching over now to a smaller brush, and I'm going in with the shade Antique Bronze. Now this shade actually has a really nice amount of glitter in there, nothing too intense, but it does have a bit of a sparkle. So to start building up the depth and the deepness and the smokiness of this look, I'm first going in with this shade. Now, whenever you're working with darker colors, definitely go in light-handed because you can always build colors up. It is so much harder to fix your mistakes if you go in too heavy-handed with your colors. So tap off that excess like you can see me doing and just do a little at a time. You can always build your colors up, but it is much easier to build and to fix than what it is if you just go in ham with dark color and trying to blend that out. And laying down those couple shades first just really help with that blending process. And now you can see that I've got the depth that I like. I've just changed back over to the original brush that I was using in my crease, and I'm just further blending everything out. Now, I will list the products of everything that I use down below. I will also list the brushes that I'm using down below if you guys are interested. A lot of my favorite brushes are by Morphe and Zoeva and Wayne Goss as well. So I will make sure I have everything listed in the bottom bar down below for you guys. Now, I don't want to lose any of the color in the crease area, so I'm changing over now to a different brush and going in with the shade Raw Sienna. Now, this one is a little bit darker of a tone than Burnt Orange, but still has those really nice, rich, warm tones to it. So I definitely don't want to lose any of our intensity. And I'm just taking that into the crease and also slightly higher up than the crease. Depending on how much lid space you have will depend on how high you want to go with your colors. I tend to have a lot of lid space, so I don't mind going up high. Now I'm just quickly switching over to this palette by Charlotte Tilbury and this teeny tiny brush by Wayne Goss. I really wanted to use a black to get that smoky look, and because there wasn't one in the ABH palette, I quickly switched over to this one. Now here with this itty bitty tiny Wayne Goss brush, oh my god, what am I saying? I am building up that dark color into just the very, very outer V. Now I'm using circular, I can't speak. I'm using circular motions to blend this out and building that up to the depth that I like. Now I do come back to the eyes, but for the moment I really want to clean things back up. They're looking a little messy and I like to have a brighter inner corner. I didn't want to go too crazy, too like dark all over, so I wanted to bring a little bit of light back into just the inner corner of my eye. So I'm going back in with the Huda Beauty Matte and Metal Melted Shadow. This formula is unbelievable. real, guys. I absolutely love this. It's super easy to use, and the formula dries so well. I definitely need to pick up some more shades. I played it safe and just got the nudie colored one that also has like a copper sparkle on the end, but I definitely need to pick up some more shades. So as you can see with the MAC brush that I'm using there, I was just carving out just the very kind of inner corner of my eye just to bring the lightness back to that area. Now going back in with the Antique Bronze shade, you can see I am just putting that in the very center of the lid, just blending through where the black and the light color starts. We don't want any harsh lines. We don't want anything to look out of place. So I am just lightly blending that product into the very kind of center of the eye. And then I've switched back over to my original crease brush to further blend everything out. Now, I didn't want to lose any of the intensity, so now I'm changing over to that small Wayne Goss brush and going in with the shade Cyprus Umber just to further deepen the very outer crease area there. It's just such a beautiful transition of shades. You've got that beautiful lightness, that sparkle in the center, and then that darkness on the outer corner. Now we will come back to the eyes, but for now it is time to prime. Now this is my new favorite primer of all time. I have a dedicated video to this primer. That is how much I like it. And I am just going to blur my pores just on the cheek area and a little on the chin. Like I said in that video, guys, this primer is like magic in a bottle. So I am, just filling in those pores. And because I wanted to go for a really glowy look today, I'm going in with the Mecca Cosmetica. This is an illuminating serum. So pretty. So I'm just taking a couple of pumps of that. This is like a gold base kind of serum. It's really flattering on the skin. So I'm just taking a nice generous amount of that and I am applying that all over my skin. And you will see in just a moment the beautiful glow that it gives. It sits so well under foundation and really just beams through the skin. And you'll see that as we continue to go on with this makeup look. Such a stunning glow. Now it's definitely time for foundation and I'm whipping out all my faves right now. This is the Dior Face and Body Foundation. Oh, but first, tea. I love tea, guys. Peppermint tea is just like absolutely one of my favorites at the moment. And now that it is cooling off into winter here in Australia, I've been really loving tea again. Okay, back to the foundation. So yeah, like I said, the Dior Face and Body Foundation. And of course, I'm using my most favorite tool of all time. I literally, no matter how many times I use a brush for foundation, I always come back to a sponge. So I'm going to blend my product out with a beauty blender. Now I do fast forward this process in just a moment. We all know how to blend foundation. And when it comes to a smoky eye or any darker makeup look, I highly suggest to use a foundation that you know and love. Use something that works for you. And it's really important to have a flawless base when you're working with dark colors on the eyes. So go in with a foundation that you love. And for me, it is the Dior Face and Body. And that is some great fast forward action. Okay, guys, now to conceal those dark circles. This is the Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place Concealer. Another favorite of mine. So you can see I've got a lot of darkness and purpleness just in under the eye there. And I also use this concealer to sharpen up my eyeshadow look as well. You will see that in just a moment as I'm blending. I'm just sharpening up the outer corners of the eye, kind of lifting everything up in a sense. The way I blend, I'm blending in an upward motion to just really kind of lift that eye area. It just brings everything together that little bit more, and also really making sure I'm hitting that concealer in the very inner corners because there is a lot of darkness in that area. I've also put some concealer on my chin and the center of my face just to make everything look a little bit more put together. Now, to set underneath my eyes, this is the Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder. For me, I always like to go back in with my blender once more before I apply my product. And when it comes to the under eye, I really like to make sure I am pressing that product in. The under eye is such a delicate area. We don't want to be tugging or doing anything harsh to that area. So you can see I'm blending that product out and then tapping that product in to set the under eye. Now for my base, I really wanted to have a really glowy base. So I'm going in with this powder by Lancome. This is the Absolue powder, and I am applying this with my sponge. This is one of my most favorite glowy powders of all time. I was really obsessed with one by Cover FX, but this one just really knocks it out of the park. Sometimes high-end products can be a bit of a dud, but then other times you are just really getting what you pay for. And if you have access to this product, I highly recommend checking it out. It is so stunning. It is one of my most favorite setting powders for when I want a luminous glow to my skin, and it also doubles up amazingly as a highlighter, which you guys will see in just a moment. So I'm using my blender to just push that into the skin, just making sure that everything is set. And you will see the end result of my skin. It just starts to look so pretty, so flattering, so glowy. I absolutely love that look. And now that we're starting to get our base more put together, you can see the eyes are starting to come more and more together. Now it is time for brows. So I'm going in with a product by MAC. I actually have another dedicated video to this, so I will link that one down below for you guys. Please don't forget to check out some of my other recent tutorials. It means so much to me, guys. I'm loving all the support from all my recent videos lately, and I really am grateful for all of you out there who watch my videos. So I'm just using the felt tip of this pen to just fill in my brows and shape them to how I like them. And of course, using my spoolie to blend everything out, make everything look as natural as possible. I'm going back in with that Huda Beauty melted shadow once more, using the nude shade again once more, and I am just carving out underneath my brows. If you don't do this, if you're somebody who loves brows, definitely do this one time. It really can help with the overall process and make your brows just look so much more just defined. You can do the bottom and top. Oh, hugs from my husband. He's so cute. I had to put him in there. Yeah, definitely carve out your brows, especially when you're going for a really kind of full coverage makeup look. And to set the brows, I'm going in with a product by Urban Decay, I think this is. Like I said, guys, I'll have everything listed below, and you can see the difference from the brow done to the brow that's not. Now to finish off the base, I'm going in with this baked bronzer by Laura Mercier. I love this. I really wanted to bring some warmth back into the look, and because we had that bit of warmth in the eyeshadow, I really wanted to complement that by going in with a more warm tone bronzer. And this one also has a little bit of luminosity to it as well. And I just absolutely love these bake formulas, so that's why I've chosen this bronzer today. And like I said, I really wanted to just bring out the warmth in the eyeshadow by using a warm tone bronzer. And this is one of my favorite bronzing brushes, that is by Morphe. So I am just bronzing up the typical areas of my face, the cheekbone area and the temples. I also contour my nose, but I didn't put that in for you guys. If you do want to see something like that, then please let me know down below. And I always like to do this little step by just tidying up underneath the contour or bronzing area. Just sharpens everything up nicely. Now I wanted a blush that was going to be visible but just kind of nice and subtle as well. I didn't want it to overshadow the eyes, so I've chosen this blush by Clinique. I think this is Nude Pop. It's so pretty. Once again, it is also has a slight sheen to it. Everything has a bit of a glow today, and I just feel like it complemented this look really nicely. I love these blushes by Clinique. These pop blushes are some of the best on the market. Now, as I said before, guys, this powder doubles up amazingly as a highlighter. I actually saw this trick from Jacqueline Hill, so thank you, Jacqueline. So I've just got what's left of the product in the lid, and I'm going in with my highlighting brush, and I am just taking this over the typical areas so you can see the glow that gives. And that's what's so amazing about this powder. It's so diverse. You can set your face with it, and it doesn't look like a shiny beam like what this highlight does, or you can double it up, use it a little bit more concentrated as a highlighter. It's such an amazing product, and the highlight that it gives is so unreal. So I also do the chin, I do the cupid's bow, I also take a little bit above the brows. Like I said, guys, I really wanted to glow in this look, so I'm kind of just going ham with the highlighter. with that glowy illuminator, it's shining through underneath as well. Now to brighten up the under eye area, I'm going in with this product by KKW Beauty. This is the brightening powder in shade 1. As you can see, it is well loved and for a good reason. This is such a good brightening powder. So I'm just making sure that the under eye area is brightened up just a little. And then of course, to set everything down, I'm going in with this MAC Fix Plus. This is in like a coconut shade, I think. It smells unreal. So that's what's going to settle all of those powders down before we finish off the eyes. And I don't know about you guys, but I always like to spray my face before I do mascara, because sometimes if my mascara gets wet, it smudges. So that's a good tip, guys. Sometimes it's best to set your face first before you go in with mascara. Now I am curling my lashes as I always do and applying a couple coats of my favorite mascara, which is the McGrath Fetish Eyes Mascara. This is one of the best lengthening, volumizing mascaras I've ever come across. So I'm just doing a couple of coats of that. Now you could always whip on some false lashes. I'm not really much of a lash girl, so I'm just going in with the mascara only. Now I don't like to go too dark with the under eye. I like to keep things still open and my eyes not too closed up. So I'm taking the shade Raw Sienna and I'm just taking that about a third of the way across on the under eye. I wanted to make everything more balanced, but I didn't want to make it too dark under there because I didn't want to close my eyes off too much. And then going in with that first brush that I used to apply my crease shade to just blend everything out a little more. Now the shade Tempera in here is such a pretty shade. It's quite brightening. So I am using that shade to highlight my brow bone and also my inner corner because I had a lot of glowiness happening on the face. I didn't really want to put any more glow on the eyes. There's a little bit of shimmer with the shade Antique Bronze. So I wanted to keep everything else a little more matte. Now because I worked with some dark shades, I want to make sure that the eyes aren't looking too closed over. So I'm going in with this NYX Wonder Pencil just to brighten up the inner rims of my eyes. And then all that's left now is lips. So I wanted to keep the lips pretty simple. So I am lining my lips with this lip liner from MAC. I can't think of the name of it on the top of my head, but it will be listed below. So I'm just lining my lips with this and slightly filling my lips in with this pencil. This is from the Longwear range and it really does last all day long. I can wear this for like 8+ hours at work, come home, and it is still on. So MAC for the win. Their Longwear range is unreal. And for the lip color today is just going to be this lip color from Buxom. This is in the shade White Russian, which is such a cult fave. And yeah, that is the look complete. I love the simplicity of the juicy lips, the glowy skin, and the beautiful dark eyes. So thank you again so much for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. Let me know what you think of this video down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.